Good morning. It's Fish, the Beach Bum Investor. I'm here with your cryptocurrency report and discussion a little late actually on the 19th of October 2017. I'm just going to post up as usual in Steam and Discord to let everyone know. A-Dog, first in. Boom! Won the race. You've been... Kong Savage Ruthless has been beating you lately, but you've got one back there. Well done to A-Dog getting first in the chat. Oh, A-Dog, I'm getting, like I'm borrowing a friend's computer. They've got a Mac, so I understand that that's going to be easier for me to actually edit a video for that wrap, so start working on that tonight, man. Got the audio down, just got to get the video done now. Just posting up here. I missed that, A-Dog. I'll check it in a sec, sorry bro. Post. Alright, so it's been an interesting night in the economy. Hey Mark G, is BTC going to bust 6 grand or dip below 5 first? Wow, that's a cool question. I like that one because it's nice, like a reasonably tight range that you're asking me to predict there. That's a good one, I like it. I think if it busts 5 on the low side, like if it busts 5 on the low side down into the 4s, it'll get gobbled up pretty quickly. So if it does have a little run into the 5s, I think it'll, yeah, man, it's one of those things. Like I honestly think, like for me, the range I was seeing between 55 and 58. So I saw anywhere below 55 as good buying. I figured it would get back to that point before the fork. As for 6,000, oh man, that's a tough call. I don't think it'll dip below 5 grand before the BTG fork. I think there's a potential for that to happen between BTG and B2X. Because BTG has been dubbed or spoken about as the friendly fork, right? It can't... Hey Jace, how are you, bro? I want to give you a call later as well if I can, Jace, or just have a chat. I was going to talk to you about computers and stuff. Got to get this tech sorted out. But yeah, so for me, I think that it has the potential to break Bitcoin Gold at like 6 grand. It could, but I don't think so. I think it's going to sort of trade this range that we've seen around the 5,500 mark. Anywhere above that's starting to get sold off a little bit, and anywhere below that seems to be getting bought up. So I'm sort of using 5,500 as my base, and I'd be surprised to see it crack 10% either side of that. So I don't think it'll crack 6 or 5, like on the low side or the high side before the fork. That's an interesting opinion, Mark G. There's actually been a few analysts come out with that exact same, not exact, but a very similar sort of price points, man. So you're on par with a couple of really good analysis there. I'll just tell you what Mark G said. Mark G said that if it busts 6, he thinks it'll go to 7 and then take the drop. So yeah, it'll be interesting, very interesting. Oh, the boys are just having a chat. So Aussie Canuck is from Toronto, for those interested. I've never been to Toronto. I've been to Vancouver, been to Whistler, I've been to Montreal. Yeah, we met up the other night, Jace and I. We met for the first time. Jace bought me a beer on his coin jar card, spent Bitcoin, and bought me a beer at a Bitcoin meetup that was on the Gold Coast, so, or a crypto meetup, I should say. There wasn't actually, I don't think there were any Bitcoin shirts there. I definitely saw an Ethereum shirt, an OMG shirt, and I was decked out in my PIVX gear. Hey, Zhao, how are you, bro? Oh, I forgot to post in Discord, man. Can you let the Discord guys know we're over here? Oh, you're at the Stellar Lumen conference at Bitcoin Bay last night, Mark G. That must have been pretty, like pretty good mood there, man, with the run they've had up, given the IBM announcement. That's pretty cool. Oh, you saw a metal shirt there as well, Jace? Yeah, okay, cool, man. Yeah, I bet there was a lot of energy, Mark. Oh, man. Yeah, that's had a huge run up on the back of the IBM announcement. So, yeah, great work to the people at Stellar Lumens, the team there, and the investors there to, especially the team, obviously, to get that deal underway. So well done there. Let me have a quick look at VertCoin. Hey Z, how are you, bro? VertCoin is dipping as I've called it. Always happens. But it did have a big run up, and I got some sells on it. So Agent Smith in the house. What's up, man? Oh, I'm trying out a Mac this afternoon, bro. So I'm just going to try it out, and if it works, I'm going to go buy something better. I don't know. Mac's going to be a whole new thing for me to learn. So if I can get a... Hey, Dane, how are you? Yeah, I know Agent Smith, but I don't really need hectic editing. All I got to do is chop up the interview I took with Jamie Dimon. I've already got it ready. Just got to chop it up. Yeah, well, Mac, I'm sure Macs are amazing. Every time I give my cousin crap about Apple, he loses it. He's a big Apple fan. Yeah, VertCoin had this massive run up. Check out that. Woo! It's taken a big dip now at the end of that. Big red candle starting to stick out. But it has had a good run up. It actually popped right up towards the 35,000 Satoshi mark, maxing out at close to the $2 mark. Now, if you remember, we started speaking to Crypto K about this, and we thought, oh, mining, you know, when's it going to be profitable? And funnily enough, Crypto K said, look, VertCoin's probably worth starting to really seriously consider mining at around the $2 mark. So there you go. It's hit there and has dipped down, which suggests maybe some miners have sold off some, like, now that they've actually got into profit on their investment on running the mining. Yeah, potentially it's a new resistance point, $2. And I think it might act as resistance for a little bit, but I think eventually there's so much chatter about VertCoin. Not only that, it's a really solid project, excellent features. They're making great moves in the economy, doing the atomic swap with Litecoin, and yeah, so they've been dubbed the Bitcoin bronze, and I think that's relevant, if not a little rude to them, because they have got very good features. In my opinion, maybe better than Bitcoin. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Hey, I got some good news too, guys. Rocky Palumbo got back to me. Real keen to come and help us out on the show. Really nice guy. He said, yep, love to come and let you know. He goes, I haven't done too much research on Bitcoin Gold. I've just kind of left it. But he said, I've done a lot of research on B2X. And I said, cool, man, cool. So he's going to come on and give us his opinions on B2X. He's a naysayer, as am I. We're not going to try and channel the debate that way. We're going to try and get an open debate. So if there is anyone who does like B2X, please feel free to join the chat when we do take that discussion. I'm going to try out this Mac. I don't want to embarrass myself by taking Rocky on with bad tech. So if I can get it going on the Mac, we'll get Rocky in for the stream. He's agreed to do that and come on and explain and give us his wisdom and knowledge on Bitcoin itself and B2X. And he is considered one of the more knowledgeable people in the economy with regards to Bitcoin itself. He does tend to concentrate there, not so much on the alts, but in that space, super knowledgeable. So looking forward to that. Let's just read some of the comments. There's a few that have come through. Thanks, guys, for contributing. Won't be a second. Get the computer back out. Let's have a look. Yeah, good for video editing. This is going back to the Mac. Good for video editing. Yeah, that's a really good point. Universal Vibes TV, welcome to the chat. Universal Vibes TV said, methinks big players are juggling the Bitcoin and altcoin prices when it suits. Crypto market is still relatively small. Exactly. Super manipulable with the current market caps. It is. You don't look on some... You can lead markets with 10, 20 grand. You don't even need to be $1 million whale. You can lead markets like that by buying up. If you see opportunities in the buy box, it's a little complicated, but you can buy out one and get the jump to the next one. Hey, Grinkus, what's going on, man? Good to see you, bro. Yeah, so Universal Vibes TV again said also VertCoin is a serious dark horse. So Universal Vibes TV agrees with me on that one. Yeah, Jao, thanks, bro. That's what I'm thinking. Jao said, oh, Fish, honestly, you're a computer. Well, he didn't. He was nice about it, but I think what he was trying to say is someone like you, mate, it's going to take you 50 years to learn how to use a Mac. Just stick with what you got and get a better one. Thanks, Jao. I'll certainly take that under advisement. That's kind of what I'm looking to do as well. Oh, really, Mike? Yeah, okay, bro. We can work on that, man. Because it's community vote, man, and there's not too many... We've got a pretty big community behind us over at PIVX. So, yeah, we could certainly work on to getting onto Binance. It is actually something I suggested over at the Slack group, and there were some people working on it. But what I actually did is I went to Binance and said, listen, how about if I make a Binance video? How about if I make a how to trade Ethereum on Binance or how to trade Bitcoin on Binance? And in return, you guys list a quality coin that's going to get you a lot of trade volume anyway in PIVX. Let's not make it about a community vote. Let me bring some value to your company for allowing us to be traded on your exchange. So that's what I've offered to them, and they've actually given me the email of the head of marketing there. So I've got to put that proposal forward. But obviously with my tech, where it is at the moment, I don't want to insult Binance by saying, oh, I'll do it now. I want quality tech, I want a quality production. So that's my plan, Mike. And besides that, there are a few members of the community at PIVX already realizing that we could, hey ACU5, how are you, bro? That we could communicate that, coordinate that community vote and get PIVX listed onto Binance. But I hear you, Mike T. Oh, cheers, bro. Have we been listed? I don't think we even got listed in the last 10. I don't think we even put an application in. I think it is something we're going to be focusing more on at PIVX, and I think it's a really, really good point you bring up, Mike T. Because I've suggested to the guys at PIVX a few times that the way I see it is the cryptos at the moment are all positioning themselves, right? In this, especially the ones in the top 100, the first page of CoinMarketCap. They're trying to get themselves into the best position they can for when the sustained pump that we're all suspecting actually comes along. So for me, that means a few things. It means having a really good community behind you. Check, PIVX has it. Having a really good coin and really good technology. Check, PIVX have it. Having good development team. Check. Marketing. Check. The one thing we do let ourselves down on a little bit, and it's quite amazing that we've managed to reach where we have without the real wide availability. So it'd be great to be available on some of the giants, like perhaps Bitfinex and Poloniex and Binance, of course, has some big investors running volume through that exchange. So yeah, I think Binance. PIVX, I agree with you. I don't want to bag other coins, Mike T. I'm not. That's really arrogant of me to sort of just go, oh yeah, but I do agree with you, man. Like PIVX is, in my opinion, better than quite a few that are already listed on there. So yeah, it's something we can certainly look for, but I'd just like to go a little bit of a different way and offer my services to Binance, so it's a win-win. I always try and do that when I do business, is give them some value. And that's great if we can get the whole community to come over and vote as well. But, you know, if I can give them a bit more value and that they get a video from me and they can either use that themselves, I'm happy for it, or at least people seeing my site will see how to trade on Binance. That's got to be a win for them, because if 200 people see the video and only 1% sign up, that's still, you know, 2 new people for them. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to do that for Binance anyway, because I quite like the platform, and just say, look, not even with the deal, but it would be great if you could consider this in, you know, consider what I've put together for you in perhaps making the decision to add PIVX to your platform, which is going to get you great trade volumes as well. So win-win-win. That's my plan there. Sorry I went on a bit of a rant, but I think it's important. I really do think that part of the race of mass adoption is positioning yourself to be available on as many exchanges and as many good, solid platforms that you can get onto. And I think that's something we can work on at PIVX. We're not perfect. I think we've done really well in some areas, but I think that's one area we can certainly work harder. We're not prepared to pay to get onto, as far as I'm aware, we're not prepared to pay to get on exchanges. We believe that our product is worth being demanded, not for us to have to pay to get it onto exchanges. So, to my knowledge, PIVX has never paid to actually get on an exchange, and to my knowledge, there is no plan to. So yeah, wrap up on PIVX for the moment. Hey, why don't I just check a price, and then we can call that the PIVX wrap up for today and get on to some other coins as well. So PIVX, let me just double check for you. Just going back to, I'm just going to check the Bittrex price, because that is the major trade volumes at the moment. So it's a pretty good indication. Really, the other prices sold over the market very, very have a minuscule effect on the actual price. Most of the price is set by the Bittrex price at this stage. So just checking PIVX now. It's down 2.2% against the BTC trade in the last 24 hours. Goodness, my count's going up. That's nice to see. Just check that. Lovely little growth there. Yeah, so it's been trading sort of between 65,000 on the low side, maybe just a touch under, and getting up to 70,000 in, I guess, in the last 24-hour period. So yeah, well, that's it. I'm just looking at the highs and lows now. At the moment, we're sitting at 67,000 flat for the bid, and 67,391 is the ask. Last trade price was 67.4. So about $3.78 in fiat currency. Oh, cool. I'll definitely bring that up. Let me just catch up on the rest of the chat, so I'm keeping online. So yeah, for me, PIVX, I think we'll go well above $4 again. We did have a little bit of problems with our initial implementation of the VertCoin protocol, as some of the people in the Discord group will be aware. There was a quote, I could bring it over from I should have had that ready. Sorry, there is a quote from our support group just letting you know that it's not a problem. The coins won't be lost. And we do have to actually have a patch to overlay into the new ZPIV just to fix that up. That's a very lay explanation of it. So let's just keep going down the market, down these comments, because there's a lot of comments coming in. Thank you very much for contributing again, guys. I'm just going to get caught up. And if I've missed any, I'm sorry. I'm just going to run through pretty quickly. Low fees on Binance, that's true. Civic, I haven't had a look at Civic. I'm hearing a lot more chat about it though, so I will have to have a look at it. People trading fiat over alts. Don't know, Pete. Don't know. I haven't been keeping an eye on the fiat markets as much as I used to, man. I don't trade that stuff anymore. I make more money trading crypto, so left that game alone. Has a good volume versus ton of the coin, actually. Sorry, guys, I missed a stack of comments here. I'm just going to skip down pretty quickly. Universal Vibes has got one here, just that's different from the Binance conversation. It says, take a look at the COS.io, exchange platform. New, but very professional. Thanks for your advice and your opinion there, Universal Vibes. Yeah, Hourglass said whoever gets there first, like really achieving that dominant spot into the exchange. And I think it's going to be, feel free to make your comments on this, but I think it's going to be decentralized exchanges going forward. I can see a big growth. We were talking about this a little bit on Discord this morning. I can see a big growth in that simply because you're talking about next to, well, no exchange fees essentially. So I think that decentralized exchanges could be a big go going forward into 2018. Yep, if there's no, Mike's just dropped a quick one in there saying Neo just dropped 5% in the last hour. So it might be a good time for a quick buy and potentially a short-term trade, so buy and sell. I always look for those kind of retracements myself, mate, but on Neo, I personally think it might be just a little bit overbought at the moment, so I'd look for a bit more than 5% before I started to see that as bargain hunting myself, but I know so many people are into it that it can easily be bought up pretty quickly on those dips, right? So please make your own decisions, but Mike T's just giving you a little on-the-spot tip, 5% retracement. So thanks for that, Mike. Mark G, met an Aussie guy at Bitcoin Bay from Brisbane, working a couple of months building a Toronto team for Aeon Token. Cool. That's interesting. Yeah, we're entrepreneurial here in Australia. We're lazy. We don't want to do normal jobs, so we create our own. Sorry, guys. I know I've missed a bunch of chat in there. Sorry, I will try and catch up and keep an eye on it. Yeah, Agent Smith KMD. I got some sales on that this morning, bro, which always means I've made good profit. You know me, I don't set sales to lose. So, yeah, Agent Smith's just brought up KMD. KMD did have a really good run up this morning. It was nice to see. Yogesh. Yogesh just said I sound kind of like Damon Albarn from Gorillaz. Hey, happy, I'm feeling sad. Like Gorillaz, man. Cool music. Yeah, KMD, good gains, man. We got some really, yeah, he's got a sick voice, man. That band's just sick, right? Gorillaz, they come out with some of the coolest music. Anyway, we've diverted away from crypto again already. Yeah, just going to have a quick look actually at KMD because it is one we've been talking about for a few days. It's one that Agent Smith and I actually agreed on for once. And we got into it at the same time roughly. So we've had pretty good gains on that, Agent Smith. Yo! Kicking bum on that one. Yeah, up 8.9%, bro, against BTC in the last 24 hours. And just having a look now, but I'll show you the chart when I bring it up on the old laptop, which will be my old laptop soon. Yeah, look at that run up. Bang! Big spike. It's taking retracements now. I just got a buyback actually. Agent Smith, I actually sold out at, I can't even remember, it's like 35,998 I think, just before the 36,000. So I didn't get the very top, but I got it nice, and then I bought it back at, let me just have a look. I bought it back at 33361. Yeah, so I actually sold right at the top, 37598. I didn't, 2 Satoshi off the top. Set my sell order at 37598. Top of the day was 37600. Love when you nail it like that. So yeah, I didn't even realize that, but I like literally nailed the top of that, right? 2 Satoshi off. And you know me, I'll post it up on Discord and show that I'm not bullshitting. But nailed that analytics there, and then I just bought back in at 33361, bro. 33361. So I haven't just stacked all back in at 33361. I bought some back, and I'll set back lower and almost hope for more retracements so I can get more KMD back before Monet's and before it goes skyward again. That's the plan. So yeah, I've got that one buy hit at 333. I think I said 601, didn't I? 33361. So I'm actually already up on that. 33. Yeah, just a tiny little bit. So yeah, good run up, good buyback. I'm happy. Yeah, thanks, Agent Smith. Agent Smith just said the best lesson that he's actually learned from me is to preset your buys and sells. And it's the best advice I can give everyone. You don't panic then. You don't FOMO. You don't let emotions get involved. You clearly go and look at support and resistance points in a chart. You do some figures. You set your things. You walk away from your computer. It's simple. I got, like, if I just show you orders right now, I will have 60 orders sitting on Bittrex right now. Buys and sells, of course. But let's have a look as it opens. I bet you I got about 60 orders on this thing. There you go. I've got over 11 pages at 10. So I've got over 100 orders sitting on Bittrex right now for buys and sells. Because if they're going to jackpot, I want them. I want the buy, I want the sell. I'll accumulate BTC or my favourite altcoin, or Litecoin or Ethereum, depending on what I'm trading. Mark G just said, what's happening with OMG? Man, I got to tell you that I think OMG is good buying at the moment. I think it was around anywhere under that $8 mark. Let me just check where it actually is before I go running my mouth. But I think anywhere under that $8 mark is really good buying. There's been a lot more talk about it, and anything Vitalik is involved in, I'm pretty interested in. So yeah, OMG's an interesting one, man. Just having a look here. Where's it sitting at the moment? 788. Yeah, I think that's pretty good value. You know, honestly, like this sort of chart action is kind of what I look for. It's really hard to show you there, but hang on, almost go as this one here. So it's that one there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's, if you get up your charts, it's just, yeah, it is cheap right now, I think, as well, Zhao. And it's like flatlining, okay? So it looks to have bottomed for mine. It actually got down to like, I think it was below 750 even. Like it might have even been 7 flat, I can't remember, but it did dip quite a lot, right? But now it's sort of just doing this. And that's accumulating. That's kind of, for me, that's what I look for. And I haven't actually got any OMG. I've just never got into the project. Or I might have a fractional amount. I can't remember, but it's definitely not one of my major holds. So, yeah, I'm the same, Agent Smith. I'm thinking about it as well, man. You want to do another one together? I'll go and buy some OMG today, and you can too. Well, that'll be 3 bloody coins we're invested in the same thing. You picked up it. No, we'll pick up your PIVX first, and then you can go and have dinner and then dessert, my friend. PIVX first, then your OMG. Yeah, Zhao, you've identified a lot of coins cheap, man. Zhao identified OMG at $3, and he picked it up there, so well done to Zhao. What are you doing there, Zhao? Are you trading at all, or are you just holding on to it? Just out of curiosity, you just hodling, bro? Did you sell any off on those big run-ups? Have you been trading or just holding, man? Just like to know your strategy with that, but well done on buying it at 3. Good stuff. That's good gains. You're holding? Cool, bro. Best strategy. Honestly, half the time, if you're not an experienced trader and you're not a really good trader, you can actually do yourself, oh man, yo Jesh, I'm in on ARK, bro. I'm in on ARK. Yeah, pretty much any coin you mention, I'll probably be in on that. But so I am on ARK. I really think that ARK has gotten too cheap. BTC's going up, 5619. Thanks, Agent Smith. Let's just a quick refresh, and I'll see if the alts are going with it. Because I can sort of tell just by keep monitoring the balance of my Bittrex account, because I've got a good spread of coins. I like that. Yeah, 5616 Bittrex it's showing. ARK's actually up 5.3% today against BTC. I started accumulating that about 2 or 3 weeks ago, ARK. So I've done well on it already. Lisk has got a rebranding coming up as well, Yogesh. There's no official dates being made and no official announcement on the actual name that they're going to be rebranding to, but rebranding with Lisk is imminent, and that usually means price action, bro. We saw it with PIVX, and we saw it with Neo. We've seen it with a few coins. Rebranding tends to bring more. Yeah, I'm glad they're rebranding as well. I don't mind the name Lisk, I just think that they can potentially do better than that. It's a German project, right, Lisk? I'm pretty sure it's German-based, from memory. Hourglass. Neo is my long-term coin. Got like 200 now, just accumulate. Hourglass is a huge Neo fan. Huge Neo fan. And Wilkie Bag holds quite a bit as well. He doesn't hold quite as many as that. I don't think he's holding 200, but he bag holds a lot. And he makes his gas. You get your gases when you're staking it as well. So just to let you know, one of our regulars, Hourglass, is massive on Neo. Massive on it. Really, really likes it. And I think if China get their stuff together, we even heard rumours about potentially the Chinese government potentially accumulating or acquiring or buying out part of Neo. I mean, if that happened, forget the prices now. You never see that again. But me personally, like I've said, Hourglass, I'm sure you're respecting me to have my opinion. My personal opinion is that it's a little bit overboard at the moment, so I'd be looking for a little retracement if I was to get into it. I think that's a lot to do with the fact that I got into Neo so cheap, bro. And I dumped the crap out of it at $10. So I got into it at like $1.30 and then dump, like pretty much everything at $10. And now it's like, oh, I find it so hard to buy it back at triple that price, right? That's the hard thing for me. So I've just left Neo alone ever since I sold out of it at $10. You know, the worst part is I sold it at 10, like 6 to 8 hours. You can go check it on Steemit because I put a sell order out on anyone. I think there were 50 people following me at that time on Steemit. And I said, oh, look, go and sell it off and look to buy it back at about $6. And I called that massive dip like bang on. Oh, wow. Mark G met a guy on Tuesday night who bought BTC at 6 cents. Man, I got some stories from some friends who got in early and lost their Bitcoin and things like that. I think that's common. It's a pretty common story around the place, right? I got a mate who had, yeah, it's a mate. I won't say his name, obviously, but he had 16 Bitcoin on Silk Road when it got raided by the feds. Dayon, welcome, bro. I saw the start of that question. I really want to answer that because I really want to respond to that because I think it's interesting. Dayon, welcome, bro. Good to see you. And Dayon says, what do you think of national cryptocurrencies? Does this curb the acceptance of Bitcoin if more countries begin doing what Dubai did? Yeah, I saw Dubai put their whole land registry on blockchain. Well, that was the plan as well. So Dubai's certainly making some interesting moves in the space of blockchain. I don't see governments bringing out their own coin as a threat per se, unless that led to well, you can only use government-backed cryptos, some sort of worldwide regulation, or governments falling over like dominoes as one does it, go, well, shit, we're losing all our control of all our money. And Korea, you know, J-Coin's not working. The Japanese are still preferring Bitcoin and PIVX and Litecoin and things like this. Yeah, it just depends on which way it goes. But, I mean, I've made the argument before that isn't the role of a government to represent the people and represent the will of the people. So can they really ban something that all the people want? I don't think so. I mean, they've done it historically, but you're just setting yourself up for people to push back if you do that as a government, I think. Maybe not at the moment. We've got less than 1% of the population probably investing in this stuff, but it's gonna move upwards, and there's certainly going to be pressure on the governments to either jump on board, make their own crypto, or it's going to be a lot of pressure on them. Jace just said, yeah, let them have their national coins, we'll just trade it for alts. Seb Fox, I agree with you, man. I'm saying, like, a democratic government, by definition, is supposed to represent the will of the people. I'm not saying they do. I definitely don't think they do, man. Especially, well, I can speak for Australia, because I live here. And I can say that the will of the people is not always followed, in fact, rarely followed in Australia. It's we know what's best for you. One of the most regulated countries in the world in Australia. For those of you who have ever been here, people come from overseas and they say to me, what are all these signs telling us everything we can't do? Don't jump off this, don't eat here, don't drink alcohol here, don't do this here, don't do that here, no entry. Everything's big cross sign on it in Australia. It's stupidly regulated. And Tony Abbott knows best. Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't, look, I'm not going to get too heavy into politics, but I don't think Abbott was a complete disaster. I think we've had worse. I'm going to say that much. And I'm not going to go further than that, but yeah, I don't think any of the politicians represent my thoughts. I very much struggle to vote at voting time, and it's not because I don't want to be a contributor to the society, it's that I don't have good options. And I'm sorry to our current government and the opposition, but you're both shit. Literally my nieces could do a better job, and they're 6 and 10, so sort yourselves out. Mike T said trying to stop tourists from wandering into crocodile ponds. That's actually true. Okay, those signs are fair enough. You know, crocs here, don't swim here because a croc will eat you. And you know the worst part is tourists see that and they go, oh, we'll go swim with the crocs. It's not a muck around. They will kill you in 2 seconds. If you even go to the edge of that water, they will stealth on you and come out of the water and boom, see you later. You will never be seen again. Crocs are way more dangerous than sharks. Way more dangerous. So yeah, those signs are actually necessary, but all these ones about don't do this here, don't tooting your horn, don't do this, don't do that. Like, they're just like, God, let us live a little, you know what I mean? Don't tell us everything we can't do. That's what I feel like in Australia. It is actually known as one of the most regulated countries in the world. I think it's one of the only countries in the world where it's actually a law. You have to ride a push bike helmet. If you're riding a push bike, a pedal powered bike, you must. I think it's a good thing but to make it law, it discourages people from using their bike over their car. Oh, Canada as well. I think New Zealand as well. There's a few countries, Jace, that do that, but I got to say, I would wear one, but making it law, you've got to leave the choice in the hands of the people sometimes. You know, I'm a big believer in evolution, right? Darwinism. And if we're stopping, like, just, sorry, but if you're, stupid enough to do some of these things, maybe it just cuts you out of the evolutionary cycle, if you know what I mean. We don't have idiots making bad decisions in the future. Anyway, let's get off that, because we've drifted off crypto onto politics and all sorts of things. I'm getting really hot, so I'm very sorry about this, but it is warm in here. As long as you're not hurting someone. Yeah, exactly. I'm a big live and let live person, Z. If you're not hurting anyone else in your actions, I don't see the problem in taking the risks into your own hand. So I don't see how me not wearing a push bike helmet could possibly hurt anyone else. I don't see that. I understand how, driving drunk or texting while you're driving, things like that, that's taking speeding even, that's taking other people's lives into your hands. But honestly, I can't see a series of events where me not wearing a helmet would cause someone else harm. So I just really think that should be left up to the individual person. Especially maybe under 16 or something, or under 18. When you're an adult, you can make that decision for yourself. VertCoin day on. I haven't had a look at it in ages, man. VertCoin's been a bit of a sleeper. There were rumours, like when I first got into the economy, about it being linked with Facebook, and it took a big run up off those rumours, but I really have not kept track of it at all since then, bro. So I can't really comment too much on VertCoin. I'm sorry about that, man. That's interesting. Dayon's got a really cool question here. Dayon said, do you believe coins have a death date? Like, will any coins that were popular in the past die, or will they continue to live until some regulation comes into play? Yeah, I do. I think maybe even Bitcoin has a death date. I think maybe even PIVX has a death date, because my honest belief is that, okay, this is going to lose a lot of you, and I don't really care, because I'm being honest. I believe in a cashless society. I believe in not even needing cryptocurrency. And I believe we have everything we need to do that if we just start working together. So I only see crypto as a stepping stone to an eventual cashless society. That's my personal opinion, and that's going to get a lot of people going, who is this weirdo? But again, I base everything I say on maths, and the maths is we have enough. We have more than enough to feed everyone, to house everyone, to have everyone with good access to medical, to medicine, and to help in that thing. So yeah, I understand that, Pete. He said we can't be cashless with capitalism. There's a lot of things we can't achieve with capitalism. For example, we're never going to have quality with capitalism. We look for the cheapest production option, and to get it to the market cheapest, so most people buy it, it breaks down, they buy it again, it breaks down, they buy it again. It's cyclical consumption. In our economic system, it doesn't actually work if we make things really, really good quality that lasts forever. So we've got to get off this stupid way of thinking, because we do live on a finite planet. And to go, oh, we'll just keep the consumption going because that drives the economy. It's not sustainable. It's only sustainable because our populations continue to grow. That's it. And because we buy more and more shit that we don't need, and it's crap, so it breaks down all the time. There is some truth to the saying they don't build them like they used to. There's a reason for that. It's not profitable to build them like they used to. So, yeah, another rant. Get back onto crypto fish. Sorry, guys. Yeah, right. That's interesting. Mike T's got a good point there. He said also, as far as Neo being overbought, I just looked up its daily chart and it's retraced nearly 100% from its last run up. Yeah, that's a good point. It's down, half price since highs. So if you believe that historical highs are a good indication of where Neo's going in the future, then Neo's bargain hunting at the moment. Absolute bargain hunting. I think that was hype driven. I really do. That run up to 50, that was so far overbought it wasn't funny. One ICO, bro. One ICO's been released on it. I know it's got potential, but one ICO that was reportedly quite messy. That's all I'm saying. So until it proves itself a little bit more, I think the valuation's just fine where it is. Or perhaps a little lower. That's just my opinion. But I do think that, 5 years from now, I personally believe 5 years from now we'll be looking at now and go, remember when we talked about it at $30 and Fish said it was overbought? I do. And it'll be at 10 times that price in 5 years. That's certainly possible and maybe even probable. But my point is, I look at right now. Yeah, it's got potential, but for right now, I just think with one ICO released on it, we need to see a little bit more proof of that value proposition or value addition that Neo adds to the economy. Jace has just come in and said ICX is trading at 50 cents in futures. Yeah, it's been around that mark, man. I honestly don't think, I think we'll see closer to the dollar mark. 80, 90 cents up to $1. And that will be very, very shortly after release. I don't think that will take long at all. You know me, I don't like to predict these sorts of massive, massive gainers. I'm calling 5% and 10% and 20% in the next 6 months. This one I think is going to do a 10x. It certainly could. It was sold out in 6 hours and they raised $45 million. That's something that a lot of people couldn't get their hands on from the US and from some of the Asian markets, and they're going to be wanting to get them on exchange. So I really don't think 50 cents is going to hold up. I don't think it's going to be sold at that price for very long. I don't think you're going to be able to buy it at that price, is my point, for very long. I just don't like playing futures markets in the crypto economy. It kind of confuses me. So I just leave it alone. And plus I was in at ICO, so I'm fine. Jace just said I'll sell I'll sell ICX to Agent Smith when it hits $2. Yeah, for sure, bro. He'll have made enough out of his Komodo and 10x by then as well, because we're in on that together. Now it looks like we're going to get in on OMG together. Goodness gracious, people are going to think we're a team, Agent Smith. Mike T says, rest in peace, VertCoin. I haven't kept an eye on it. I do actually still hold a little bit from back in the early days, but I traded out of most of it on a run up, and I never... That'll happen. Sometimes I'm really interested in a coin, and one day I'll come and most of it's gone. I'll just go, oh, you know what? That's a good thing, because I've got other things I'm interested in now, and then I just leave it and I've got bugger all left of it. And that's my current situation with VertCoin. Hey, moonwalking through the thing. Moonwalking through the chat. That's interesting, Pete. I think I agree if they continue to charge the... Pete's just said that Coinbase probably has... Coinbase has a limited shelf life, if you like. So, you know, there has been some concerns with the recent banning of accounts and I mean, honestly, 4% just seems excessive. Like, 4% seems really excessive. At least cap it. Surely you can cap it. Like, you know, you put $2,000 and you're paying an $80 transaction fee. It's like, seriously? That's more than I pay for commissions trading. Like, that's more than I pay for brokerage trading stocks. This is supposed to be better. So yeah, I think Coinbase, you've got to lift your game on that front. I've done some calculations and I could get it done at 2%. I could open my own exchange if I had the Bitcoin and everything to stock it and actually sell it. I could do it at 2%, no problem, half your price. So pull your head in. Start giving people their coins. You know, you're making all this money, 4%, and then you don't give Bitcoin Cash. Not that I really wanted, but it was free and I could have sold it. Bitcoin Gold, I don't think you're going to give, and neither B2X. So pull your head in, Coinbase. Or you're going to get dominated. I think Pete's right. Pete likes stirring up some... See, that's mean, not Pete, sorry. Agent Smith said he likes stirring up some of the Neo holders. I'm genuinely not stirring them up, man. I think long term, you'll 10x on it in 5 years or something like that. But I just think short term, it's a little exposed. That's my own opinion. I can't agree with you guys on every single coin you bring in. Mark G, thoughts on Ethereum? Is the only coin accepted for payment in 90% of the ICOs. Further, the ICOs are built on Ethereum tech. How can ETH not moon 100x? I've heard some interesting theories on that. And one of the theories I heard that was actually keeping, I think this might have been Zhao who formulated this theory, but one of the actual theories that was being formulated or circulated in the economy is that one of the things actually keeping down the Ether price is that these groups are raising Ether obviously through their ICO, and then they have to sell it off to turn it into fiat to develop their currency, to develop their crypto. And that act of selling off huge chunks of Ethereum when they're coming in through a profitable ICO or a successful ICO is actually causing the price of Ethereum to take dips, because a big company comes in and drops all that stuff on that they bought at ICO, and then it causes panic on top of that. People don't even know why it's going down, so they just go, and get out. And it spirals. So a lot of people are suggesting that Ethereum is actually undervalued. I mean, how many ERC20 tokens are there? I have no idea. I got no idea, but I know it's a shite load more than Neo, and that's where I have trouble. That's where I have trouble pricing Neo at an $800 million company when it's, or $1 billion company or whatever it's pushing, because it's got to have more. It's got to have more to be worth that. That's for me. Again, me only. You guys, please make your own decisions. Yeah, that's a good thing. I'll just get back. Sorry guys, I know I'm missing comments today, and I do apologise. I'm not deliberately ignoring anyone. If you're really keen to see something, pop it back up in the comments again. That's fine. I'm just trying to keep up with everyone. Where was that one about? Oh yeah, Mike said, I wish I'd known about crypto a year ago. And Jace said, mate, people in a year will be saying saying to you, oh, I wish I'd known when you did. So, yeah, it's all the same, right? Like, my cousin's been in since 2013. That's about the earliest person I know who was actually in the economy, who I know personally. But, yeah, goodness, I would have loved to have been back in those days. That's a really tough question because it's kind of... There's going to be developments for coins day on. So day on just asked, what coin do you think that will take the longest to actually show that potential that they've got? He's thinking IOTA or Golem. IOTA for mine is... It's a tough one. Agent Smith says it's going to be Ripple. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think the longest to actually reach their potential, I don't know. I think we're a long way away from the quality coins that are going to lead this market even going close to reaching their potential. So to try and predict that far into the future when we've got years of increased scalability, increased security, increased features ahead of us is really, really difficult to predict because I'm not really a short-term trader. I do a little bit because I know how to do it, but I'm bagging this stuff because I like it long term. So yeah, EOS is odd. I hear ambivalence, on EOS. I like it. Could moon. I just didn't like I've said this before, I just didn't like the ICO. I don't really have anything against EOS per se, apart from the ICO strategy. It just didn't feel right to me. And sometimes that's all it takes, gut feeling. And that's enough. I'm done. I won't touch it. There's something just not quite right there for me. Having said that, there's been projects that aren't quite right there for me that have gone 50x. So, don't sit there and go, oh, Fish doesn't like it, I can't back it, because I'm going to be wrong on a lot I don't like, and I'm going to be wrong on a lot I like as well. My hope is that I'm just right more often than I'm wrong, and that I can make better than bank interest every year. If I can do, obviously I'm crushing that at the moment, but honestly, that's my bottom line. As long as I'm beating the banks, I'm happy. So yeah, I don't like to look too far into the future and guess which coins are actually going to take. Look, honestly, I think that taking a long time to position yourself and seeing yourself fall down the charts like this is going to be really detrimental. Because there is going to come a time where there's already been periods in the economy where there's big pumps that come in and they sustain and they don't go back below there again. So yeah, Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Hourglass is saying 10 years the whole game's going to change. I hope the platform of how we interact is going to change as well. I think it will, man. I think there's a lot of development to go in this area. But yeah, I think that the race is going to be on for some time. I think that number one spot is going to be open for years. And I know a lot of people think Bitcoin's always going to hold it. I don't. I just don't think it will happen long term. I think it will always, until we go to a cashless society like Fish's dream, I think Bitcoin will always act as a really good store of wealth in the economy. That's my personal opinion, and I can always be wrong about that. It could be the currency, and it could be the absolutely nothing and bomb out to zero. So, and everything and anything in between is possible. I hope you all realise that it is a highly volatile market. Hey, look, even investing in the most sound companies in the world, you run a risk. You do. Google could collapse. That's possible. So, yeah. Zhao said he thinks that Bitcoin could lose the number one spot when everything goes mainstream. There will be new coins, new developments in the future, so the top coins in the future might not have been released yet. Exactly, said Fox. Man, they may not have been, they may have been. It may be a coin now that's going to have to overlay certain... I can guarantee you this. There's not a single coin in the market that it is where it's going to be, if that makes sense, technologically. They will continue to be developed and improved. There's not one single coin that is where it's going to be in 5 years in terms of tech, speed, community. Now, will it be higher or lower? That's what we've got to figure out. We've got to try and back the right communities, the right teams, the right projects. Okay. $2,000 a week for a year will make you a millionaire. think you better check those figures. That might have been part of the other thing. Agent Smith said, I was saying, oh, there is risk, and Agent Smith said, oh, unless you invest in Ripple, then you're sweet, no risk. It's funny you guys have your favourites. I'm a PIVX favourite, so it's fair. You guys have a laugh at me. 52 weeks in a year times... Oh, it's 20,000, was it? I thought you said 2,000. Yeah, 52 weeks times 2,000 is 100 grand. And then he said, yeah, it's a little risky because you can't trust banks. That's true. Yeah, so... Oh, really? Mike T said, Agent Smith, I saw 108 BTC sell order on Neo earlier. So that's what, 108 times BTC. Wow. That's 5 mil, isn't it? No, sorry. No, it's 400,000. Sorry, 500,000, 600,000, roughly. 600,000 sell order. Yeah, far out. That's insane. Some people have got some big dollars to play with, right? And the other thing is, you see them like they don't forget about how I forget what the actual term is, but the big guys still are sort of doing this in this market because it's not regulated. They'll put up those sell orders, and then a whole lot of people will try and sell before them, and they'll buy all that up and then just take their sell order away. And it moons. It's a tactic of the whales. So, yeah. Wilkie could be dumping now. It's certainly a possibility. The big whale. Nah, he's not that big a whale on now. I think he's... I don't want to give away amounts, but... You know, I don't think it's like stupid amounts in Neo. But he's back holding a bit of it. Yeah, he did, Mike T. Oh, bro, I'm going to tell that story. I have told it before, but I'm going to tell it again. So Wilkie locked up his PIVX in his Android wallet. And the only way to actually figure out his code was to go from 0000 and go to all the way through until he found it. And his code was in the 9,000s. He went through 9,000 codes. And he lost count at one point. Like, it was early. Like, he'd only just got up to 1,000 or something. But he's like, 0000001. Yeah, it was classic, man. Like, I just kept laughing. He kept sending me texts, and I just couldn't stop laughing because I knew I'd already checked with the guys at PIVX. I'd already checked with the team. I'm like, oh, you know, it's a bit of money. Is it safe? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. He's just going to have to go through the hard process. So as soon as I found out that his PIV was safe and he couldn't dump it on me, I was just giggling every time he texted me. I was just like, you dumb shit. You trial stuff with one PIVX, man, not multiple thousands. That's how you trial a system. That way, if you lose one PIVX, it's one PIVX. Yeah, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, my Wilkie's all sorted out. He's just gone FIFO. He's doing some work at the moment, so he won't be trading at the moment. Heads up on 0x ZRX. I think it might have put in a low and it's starting to wake up. Thanks, Seb Fox. Never got into 0x myself, but I got into District 0x. I still like that long term. I've like literally gone 1/3 of my money on District 0x. I bought it at the top. Rookie fish FOMO move. Big time. I literally found out about it on highs and went, oh, this thing's going to keep going for sure. Whoops. 1/3 of my money. But I never sold it, man. You know my rules. I don't sell unless I'm in profit, so I haven't lost anything. 0x is on a Burma. Cool. DNT. No, I didn't. Yeah, what? Oh, yeah, I did. I haven't read it yet. I only saw the headline. I was really interested in that. It was about... I think I know what it was about, yeah, but I actually don't really want to mention it here, man, because it's about, you know, your intellectual property that could potentially be stolen by me mentioning that. We've had that before, bro, so I just want to be careful about mentioning those things outside of our groups. I'm just going to do a quick update, see where we're at, because there's a few coins that have been talked about. PIVX is coiling. Can it really keep going up? Of course it can, bro. Of course it can. I don't think, you know, nothing goes straight lines. It does this sort of thing, right? But yeah, I don't think we're even close to our highs yet. I don't think $4.80 is close to our high yet. I'm worth more than that. But yeah, we got some, like, I mean, Tanya's representing PIVX at Phillip Island. in the surfing event there, and at Newcastle. I'm representing PIVX down at Port Macquarie. These are our first big surfing events where we'll actually get some publicity for PIVX through the sponsorships that we got with PIVX. So yeah, I saw that Hourglass 10X was on Simpsons. Well, man, they called Trump being president. They've predicted the future many, many times before. So yeah, perhaps 10X. Yeah, she's a really nice girl, Agent Smith, and she's really coming along with her surfing. She trains very, very hard, man. She's a nutritionist. She's got to get a few more aerials into her game, and she'll be killing it. She's got a great rail game, really good barrel riding. So, see, the comps are on the 29th and to the 31st for Port Macquarie, and Newcastle. Port Macquarie, sorry, for Phillip Island. That's for Tanya, and then she's in Newcastle in mid-November. I think that one will be webcasts, and myself, I'm competing on the 10th of November, and then the week after that as well up at the Sunshine Coast. So I've got to go Port Macquarie down south on the 10th. 10th? I think it's the 10th, bro. That weekend. I'm competing down there, and then I've got to go up Sunny Coast. So yeah, and we're looking at more riders, and you know, these are some events coming up that are actually going to get some publicity. So yeah, it's the first sort of active venture into the surfing, you know, actually having riders in competitions for PIVX. It's going to be pretty cool. Looking forward to that. And there's going to be a good, like my best mate, Matt Brocky, is actually the publicist behind the Drop Knee Sessions competition. And he's one of the best photographers going around and videographers. So we're going to get a mad video together from the DK Sessions comp down in Port Macquarie as well. So really looking forward to bringing that all to you. Yeah, sorry, Z, October. No, yeah, I'm competing. Sorry, November. I can't even remember the dates. I'll post them up on our Discord group. Yeah, I'll send you guys links. I'm not sure if they're being. Yeah, it's in November. It's in November, but I'm not sure if it's being webcast or not. If it's being webcast, I'll send you the links so you can watch me live. Cheer me on. Let's have a quick look. Oh, the Bittrex account's taken a little bit of a retracement, so something's taken a small amount down for me. Just trying to see what it is. Can't find it. Anyway, it's nothing major. It's run up all morning, so I'm pretty happy with that. Just before we go, we'll take a quick look over the market and see where we're heading. Particle, I haven't even seen it. I'll have to have a look into it, TNC. Especially if it's competitive for PIVX. So what are they doing? They're doing... Oh, the names of the surfer girl is Tanya O'Meara. Mike T. I'll chuck a link in for you for her home site, bro. Which reminds me, I have to call her. She needs money for a hire car while she's on Phillip Island. I forgot about that. Sorry, Tanya. I'll give you a call after. I'm sure you watch this show every day religiously. Where are we? I'll get into the chat. So that's Tanya there. Oh, yeah, you like Particle as well? Cool, man. We'll have to have a look at it. For sure. What are they, proof of stake? Obviously, if they're a competitor to PIVX. They're staking, obviously. Is it masternode or just staking? We can have a look at that one. I should have a look at that one. If it's being dubbed as a competitor to PIVX. Pete, she has to train. She's got a life, not like you and me, who can just sit here all day talking crypto. 35-year-old has been in the surfing world, this one. She's a 23-year-old up-and-comer. So, yeah, yeah, you're welcome, Pete. Yeah, we can just sit around all day, man. We don't have lives, it's fine. Sorry, guys, I'll just catch up with the chat. I've seen heaps of it coming through that I've missed today, and I am sorry about that. Trying to keep an eye on it. Maybe when I get my actual better computer, I'll be able to just have it all up there while I'm looking at the screen, so it's nice and easy. Yeah, that's good to see that Agent Smith is up 1 cent on TRX. I don't even know what that is. Thank you for filling the chat with that very important announcement that you've made an extra 1 cent. What's the bet he sells that off for Ripple too? Oh, NavCoin up 50%? Really, said Fox? They were being, damn it, 60 cents I could have bought it at, 60, 65. So it must be up around the 90s, up around the dollar. I actually called it anywhere under $1 as good buying. So if it's actually got back to that dollar, I'm happy about that. Oh, you sold NAV yesterday, Pete? Pete's the anti-Wilkie. The anti-whale. If Pete sells, it goes the other way. It blasted off today, man. Yeah, I didn't even see that. I was going to buy NAV as well, Agent Smith. We've been talking about it being a good project, and I actually got given an inside tip that it could potentially I did actually get an inside tip that it could be bought up by a group. I got that tip yesterday. I just don't like giving, I can't say it was a pump and dumping group. They're more a long-term investment group, but I just get scared about on-passing tips that I haven't. So next time I'll just pass it on to you and let you make your own decisions, because I did actually get a tip about that. Palm Beach, exactly. That was the one, Mike T. You've seen it as well, bro. There was speculation that it could be NavCoin. There was speculation that it could be PIVX. There's speculation that it could be Verge. Yeah, that's why I try not to share them too much, Agent Smith, especially if that's the first time I'd even heard of this group, right? So I was like, do I share this with the group? You know, I'm trying to be responsible, and I don't know. I should have just told you, sorry. Next time I'll let you make your own decisions. I'll just dump it on you and say, guys, just come to me, do what you want with it. I haven't even looked at it or whatever. Because it does happen a bit. I get these tips. They come through. Yeah, that's true, Mike. That's true. It was rock bottom, man. They got a good community. They got that active, weekly development updates, and it's clearly a coin that's been heavily worked on. And to me, that's one of the first signs you want to look for in your investments, that the coin's actually still actually an ongoing project. Yeah, that's a good point, Mike T. He said, but the problem for me, Mike, is I'm not built to money, man. I'm not made of money. So for me, I've got investments that I'm already into, that I'm not prepared to sell out of. I've got investments that are sitting in ICO waiting to be released, and I've built up some Ether because there's some more ICOs that I'd like to get into. So for me, it's really hard to just find extra money to go, okay, now I'll chuck a few $100 in NavCoin or whatever. So I just, at the moment, my portfolio, I'm actually trying to do this. Condense it down to something more manageable. So I'm actually selling off some coins that I've made good profit on and leaving them at that. And good luck to them, and I hope they go 10x from there. But I just have too much trouble keeping on track of 50 coins. So that's part of the problem. Even when I see something like NavCoin that I think is a good project, you got to make choices. There's 100 coins with the same market cap or above NavCoin. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough, and you go, oh, should have had that one, but what can you do? I got PIVX from $1.50. I got Lisk from $2. Hey, Lisk had a pretty good run up as well. I got above $5 again, which was good to see. Yeah, you were consolidating, Pete. Yeah, as long as you made profit on it, that's kind of my rule. I'm still not consolidating unless I'm in profit, which means I'll hold some of these coins for the rest of my life probably. But I'd rather do that than write off the loss. I'm a stubborn prick, and I'm not going to admit to losing. And while I still hold those shares, I haven't lost a damn thing. The value of them might have gone down, but I haven't lost anything. So that's my game plan. That's how I always play it. Stubborn prick. Hold until you're right. Alright guys, I'm going to check out. It's been a cool convo today. Yeah, Peter's a miner and staking addict. Yeah, there's gonna be a crypto addiction. Like, hi, I'm Fish and I'm a crypto addict. It is Mike T. Just hold until you win, man. Don't ever sell at a loss. That works for me. Simple. If you bought it up here because you bought it, FOMO'd it, like I did with District 0x, that's on you. Now you sit there and you hold that until it gets back to that point or into profit. Yeah, man, if you want to have a look at one that pumps at some point, look at Exclusive Coin. The number of times I've sold that at 43,000 Satoshis in the last 6 months is ridiculous. And I started buying it at 15,000. It just pumps to 43, 44, 45 all the time. And then it'll take a break for 2 weeks and get back down to 20,000. And then it'll go again to 45. You can literally double your money, pull it out, double your money, pull it out. So yeah, have a look at some of those coins that do develop that pattern. Anyway, that's the last tip for today. Over 60 minutes, fish done for the day. Been great chatting to you all. I'm sorry I missed a few comments today, well a few. I'm sure I missed a stack. Always available over at the Discord group. Just private message me over there is probably the best bet. Oh, Agent Smith, I saw on the chat that you were saying you'd like to do a show where you bring your charts up again, man. I am so keen for that. Really, really keen. I just got to get my tech sorted out. So I don't want us frustrated. I think we both were yesterday with my tech plan up, and I need to get a proper computer so I can host these chats properly. But I really do appreciate that, man. I'd love to have you on the show doing some charts and stuff. I think it'd be good. Oh, you got internet problems as well. I feel you, bro. You're down. Yeah. Cool, man. Cool. That's cool. Well, when you're back set up and I've got my tech sorted out, we'll be able to bring the people a really, really good cryptocurrency discussion going forward. And I'm really looking forward to the discussion with Rocky Palumbo regarding the no replay protection on B2X. So really looking forward to talking to Rocky about that one. And yeah, we'll bring him in hopefully in the next week or so we can get ourselves ready nice and early before November. So that's going to be cool. Hey, thanks very much again to all the regulars and all the newbies. I did see a couple of newbies in again today. Always good to see you guys. We'll be back tomorrow, same sort of time for another crypto discussion. Happy investing, and we'll catch you then. So yeah, fish out.